Hello and shit, happy Friday. Ed here, what's going on? The birds are chirping, beautiful day. We got a great video for you coming up. Today we are talking about what you can expect from a SARM cycle, the real life results. Now we're not actually getting into a scientific breakdown today of LGD, that's for another video. If you guys want to check that out, I'll drop it here. Today we're just discussing results. We're talking specifically about LGD and what happens your first time trying it. Now I'm not talking about the glorified people say, oh, I gained 40, 50 pounds on LGD. My bench press went up 100 pounds. Now, we're going to give you real life, actual results from real people. I had 2 lab rats recently undergo a little 7-week trial with LGD, and we're going to get into how they looked before and after to give you guys real life results of what you can actually expect when you try this stuff. So, just to make things clear, before this is actually their first cycle, all right? These guys have never tried anything before. I think they've both done creatine in the past. But first SARM cycle for both of them, they both followed the same protocol. That was LGD for 7 weeks. Now the first 4 weeks of their cycle, they did 5 milligrams per day, and then the last 3 weeks, they did 7.5 milligrams per day. Very typical dose when you're starting off with this stuff. You'll try and start out between 5 and 10. Some guys will go less. I wouldn't recommend to go more. I would definitely say start out with 5, assess your tolerance, and then go from there. So that is what these guys did. They both started at 5 milligrams per day and then went up to 7.5 milligrams per day for the final 3 weeks of their 7-week cycle. So I'm going to show you some before and afters of these guys, and we're just going to talk about kind of their progress and how it went. All right, so here is lab rat number 1. On the left, we have a before. On the right, we have an after. This isn't, ideal. We don't have the same pose beginning and after. We didn't really have a great before picture. But we're working what we got. On the left, we got a nice little beach surfing, cool dude picture, weighing about 170 pounds. On the right, we got a little gym bathroom flex weighing about 180. So we see a 10-pound increase in weight, which is huge. It is very hard to gain 10 pounds in 7 weeks. Also wanted to note that he did not really track calories at all. He just ate what he thought was a healthy diet. So we don't know how much he was eating. It could have been in a deficit, could have been a crazy surplus. I doubt. It was probably around maintenance calories. So to eat around maintenance calories and gain 10 pounds, that's proof that this shit actually works. You can see it in the neck area. I mean, the neck is looking thicker. The shoulders are popping out more. The back is definitely wider in the second picture. And we used our bench press kind of as a marker. 135 was going for maybe 4 or 5 reps at the start of this, and then 7 weeks later 135 was moving for reps of 12 easy for 4 sets. So definitely an increase in strength. I mean, I saw this guy every day. I could see him not only getting bigger but stronger as well. I think I spotted him just the other week for 185. It was either 6 to 8 reps. So definitely huge increase in strength, in size, in lab rat number 1, so it worked great for him. Now let's take a look at lab rat number 2. All right, guys, let's get into it. Lab rat number 2, we have the same pose before and after, so we can get a good idea of how good this stuff actually worked. So on the left is the before, obviously. On the right is the after. And you can just see huge increases here. And I just want to note that this also was no calorie tracking. So probably not a huge surplus, probably not a huge deficit. I would guess right around maintenance calories. Lifting only about 3 times a week. So not really crazy getting after it every day. Only lifting 3 times a week. And we're seeing these crazy gains. Like if you look at the arms, look at the difference in the separation, like the shoulder and the tricep separation. You got the delts popping way more on the right. We got bicep veins, forearm veins looking way leaner, but also bigger. I mean, the back is more of a Y shape, you can see on the right. The waist is looking a lot tighter. So I would guess he went up weight. That's my guess. I mean, he looks a lot leaner, a lot bigger on the right. On the left, you could definitely see a little more chub, you know? So, another measure, we did the 135 bench with this guy as well. In the beginning, it was maybe 3 or 4 reps of 135. And then after the 7 weeks, same scenario, repping 135 for 10 to 12. So we don't have a max for this one, and we don't have a before and after weight-wise. But just looking, I mean, you can see the major differences where in 7 weeks, this is huge. For not tracking calories and only lifting 3 times a week, I would say very successful LGD run for lab rat number 2. So guys, these are real life results that happened in 7 weeks. 2 guys I know, so 2 lab rats. I would say it was a huge success for the both of them, being that they didn't even track their calories. They don't know how much they were eating. They just ate what they thought was a healthy diet. And the lifting wasn't, consistently, oh, I'm gonna lift an hour and a half every single day, 7 days a week for these 7 weeks. It was, they got in the gym when they could, 3 days a week for our lab rat number 2. I don't know how many lab rat number 1, probably 4 or 5, maybe a little bit more consistent, but at the end of the day, guys, these are huge results. Visibly, you can tell big differences between day 1 and end of week 7. So I just wanted to give you guys a little what you can expect when you're taking LGD for your first time, what the results you're gonna kind of get. Obviously, strength is gonna go through the roof, night and day. You're not gonna get strength increases like that just taking, protein, all right? LGD, shit's gonna work. But that being said, do it safe, do it right, okay? These are some real life results. My lab rats, you guys try it on your own lab rats, see how you like it. For now, head out. If you got any questions, drop them below. If you have your own experience with LGD and yours went great, maybe it went not so great, comment below. Tell me what you guys think, all right? Head out.